start talking until someone says hi. If anyone's going to arrive. Because I never announce my streams because I don't want them to be flooded. Now we just wait. Hello. Can you hear me alright? Can you guys hear me alright? Thank you. Hello. You guys can just ask whatever you want, and I'll try my best to answer. I'm also wearing what was going to be Shortcake's paws originally, before I lost one, but I have them both now, so you guys can see them both. Thank you. I don't get compliments for my voice often. My day's been pretty good so far. How about you all? This mask took, I can't remember anymore. I used to remember. I don't anymore. I do not watch MHA. I have heard of it though. Oh, so any background noise is just because I'm in my basement. So, you could hear all sorts of things. This is not a fox. This is a cat-bat mix, which you can't really tell, because the ears are out of frame all the time. I do have these earrings. I actually added another one yesterday. A little amethyst pendant thing. Which is the second one here. And then I still have the spider. I think vampire bats are really cute. Fruit bats are interesting. I think my favorite's going to be vampire bats though. Because they aren't nearly as evil as people say they are. And I do draw. I don't know if I have any drawings nearby to show you guys. I might. I could go check real quick. Just give me a second. This is my first fursuit. You are looking at it. This is my first fursuit. Bye. And I do have drawings to show you guys if you want to see them. I need to find the good ones. This one's a little weird, but I have this in here. Yes, I do. Hi, Rubius. However you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Is it Roybios? it's a pity. I probably can't show this cat drawing to you guys because the outline is in blue, so you'll probably only be able to see the eyes. Rooibos. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna take off the paws. I can't flip pages with them on. Yeah, this is the one you guys will probably only be able to see the eyes of. Oh, you can see it a little bit. I don't know how the eyes ended up so bolded compared to the rest of it, but yeah. That's awesome. I want to make some pre-made paws to sell on my Etsy soon, maybe. Because I am finally unpacking things that I've had packed for a long time. And my mom had a lot of fur fabric packed away that she's just like, oh, you can have this. This came with it. I only painted it. So for tips, get actual buckram mesh because this stuff is pretty terrible for painting. This somehow miraculously turned out okay. Oreo's eyes are very difficult to see out of. What inspired me to become a furry content creator was definitely Nettlewing. I found them when they were a smaller creator at the time, and I just thought that's really cool. Like, they still got quite the following. And, like, they're just doing goofy little stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And so when I made this, I'm like, I could totally start posting about it. But I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to yet or not. It's kind of a long story, but also not. But, I found their Pinterest one day, made a comment about how they inspired me to want to start my YouTube channel. Forgot about it, and I was getting anxious, and I didn't want to start it. And then I received this notification that they commented on it saying how cool that was. And I'm like, well, I can't back out of it now. My idol just commented on how cool it was that I was inspired to start because of them. And that's how I'm here now. And I don't regret it. I am a fan of warrior cats, but I kind of fell out of that. Don't remember how long I've been in the furry fandom. Color ideas for a cat. Kind of like a light peach, almost skin tone color. I want to make one that's like that. And painting ideas, I think was your last question there. I don't know. Only reason I'm doing a live stream is because I'm out of ideas of what to post easily, and I don't know what to draw currently, so I'm using you all to entertain me while also entertaining you. Here's a frog. He's the only thing on this page. Hello, to people joining. My pronouns are she, her. Pretty sure it's in my description. I can't remember. The number of chickens I have is a lot. That's all I remember. It's a lot. Somewhere around 20. Alright. Oh, I killed the spider because it was trying to go into my bed. And that's just not allowed. I also like to doodle things in pen. So this was one of those things. And I have another one in here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. That'd be actually pretty awesome. Just the color palette includes white now. I need to make, well, they have white anyways because of the skull face, but now like has little circles to represent vertebrae on her pattern now that I still need to make an updated reference sheet for. I do have a lizard. I can't show you him right now because he's been moved. He's on the opposite side of this room now. That is a pretty cool drawing idea. Not sure if I could do it right now because I can't decide what my favorites are. Hello. Trying to see if I have anything good I can show you. I do have a pet near me, but it's entirely based on whether she wants to show herself. She's right here. Let's see if I can get her to move, because she's actually right there. She might move towards my finger, she might not. Do you want to say hi? Are you asleep? I think she's asleep. Axolotl. Alright, that's what I was doing in here. Will you move so the people can see what you are? Because right now you're just a dark blob. I avoided that canon event. I don't have a blue dog. Don't skip out on important steps. Never use hot glue to make up for seams. It doesn't work. That's my tips. What's your cat try to do? The only one here is me. You don't have to pretend to be dead. Come on. Quick goofy story about my axolotl. I'm gonna try and keep her in frame so that in case she moves at all. And no, I don't have any plans to go to a fur con. I've got a lot going on right now. Now, a little story about my axolotl up there. She loves to swim around. She has such a tall tank because she likes to swim around and use the vertical space. But only when I'm not looking. If she thinks I'm not here, she will swim around. However, the second she sees me, she freezes and is like, oh no, mother is not allowed to see that I'm having fun. Alright. I'm going to show you how a wing practice I did. Just basically a wing study where I highlighted the different parts of wings to be able to draw them correctly. And so with that information, of course, my friends told me I must, draw monstrosities. This mask to buy would probably cost $160. I don't know how much it costs to make, I don't remember. This is my favorite mask. I am already wearing it. Yeah, pretty much what my friends told me to draw right there. Yep, there's a little stuff I want to show you out of this. Bye, Roybos. I have 2 masks. Also, other things I do with my art skill. I'm not finished outlining the top one yet, but yeah, here's some more monstrosities. Derpy dragons, realistic dragons, mixes of the two. Yeah. Yeah, the other is a dino mask. I'm not going to bring him down because I have to go all the way upstairs to get him. I just gotta keep periodically checking on her to see if she'll be awake. Oh, I think she might actually be awake. You guys might get to see her move. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi to the people, Fenrir? Can you kiss me? Or if you both will make you see? Please? You were just moving. She can tell I'm down here, so she doesn't want to go up. I know you're staring straight at my face. You want a worm, but I can't give you a worm right now. People would call it gross. I'm just gonna keep my finger there. We're gonna see if she goes to it. Yeah, she won't be fooled by my tricks. She's just staring at me and you guys now. Alright. My axolotl's name is Fenrir. Hello to the people joining and bye to the people leaving. Fenrir is kind of weird. She is half melanistic and half wild type. Melanistic, I like the completely black axolotls, and wild type, is brown. So she is green. She is a black-green color. It's weird. Are you gonna go up now? I saw you move. I probably look so goofy right now doing this. She's not interested in my shenanigans. This one doesn't actually get too hot, which is nice. She might start swimming on stream, which would be pretty cool. Because I think a lot of people don't actually know that axolotls swim. You can see you're moving back there now. A little bit. Yeah, she's moving. She's following me. I don't really think I'm underrated anymore. I just think that my subscribers need to actually watch my videos, if I'm honest. I have 8,000 subscribers, but then my view count averages around 1,000. I don't know how that works. Thank you. That's cool. Also, another thing about her. She has green eyes. Not sure how that works either. Hello. I don't play FNAF just because I'm not a big fan of horror games. Like, I just don't like the jump scares or any of that. Welcome back. What are you doing, Fenrir? Just being goofy? I think she can see you all. And it's confusing her. Or she just, like, generally sees my phone and it's confusing her. The stickers on this. This one's actually the mask I'm wearing right now. And this one's of my other mask. And there's a third one down here, but you can't really see it. It's from an army unit. I am not working on any new fursuits currently. I'm working on finishing up Oreo. They're going to be a 3/4 suit. But I've been lazy. I could work on the feet right now. I just haven't done it yet. That's fine. You enjoy your car ride. Hello to the people arriving. I can bring you closer to the stickers. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It'll probably be chaos. Carefully. Stickers. Kinda. I'm gonna put you back. I hate how the comments like just fade away after a while. Like if someone new comments, they'll all appear and I can see them, but then they'll fade away. I don't watch Stranger Things. I do have hand paws for the first suit I'm wearing. I'm just not wearing them right now. I have them with me though. Ta-da! They're nearly impossible to show off because of dark backgrounds, but ta-da! Sorry, but I only give shoutouts randomly to content creators I've seen before and think are cool. Because I've had way too many times of people nagging me for shoutouts after seeing me give a shoutout to a creator. Yeah, I'm not Russian. The only two languages I speak are American and ASL sometimes. I could do a little bit of ASL, not very much. This right here is one of my hobbies. Making my masks and all that stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. Yes, I'm a furry. Drawing is my other hobby. And I think that wraps it up right there. Those are my hobbies. Why would you even do that? What is the point in having so much dish soap? What are you using it for? I do play Minecraft. I don't really go online that much though. I do, but I'm not going to talk about it that much. You know the internet is a scary place when you can barely tell if someone's joking or not. I know that's a joke, but like the Tide Pod trend, sticking pennies in outlets on purpose, it just... I'm not involved in that drama. I am on the sidelines. I understand both sides' concern, but I'm not getting involved. Little story about fog. One evening I was just hanging out on my back porch, and in my yard there's a bunch of hills and dips in between. It's like farmers' fields and stuff. And the fog just like started slowly rising out of the dips of the field like an ocean. And was slowly engulfing everything. It was kind of cool to watch and also kind of creepy. I can't pick a favorite because it depends on if I'm going on character or character design. Because they're wildly different answers depending on what you pick. But I'm not sure I really have a favorite character exactly. Like, based on personality, they're all kind of terrible. Whatever the name of Stolas's wife is again, I can't remember her name, but she has a really cool character design, despite having a terrible personality. Yeah, I thought it was that. If you haven't tried to go live before, it will tell you to wait 24 hours. So keep that in mind. My walls are concrete. Have fun with that. This goofy fella right here turned all the way around, but kept her body in about the same position the entire time, so you couldn't tell she was turning around. Because she's too dark for my camera to pick up her, but against her background. I mean, if you really want to be in the closet back there, that dark, dank place, sure, go ahead. What's your riddle? My favorite color is all colors because they all have use except for obnoxiously bright colors of yellow. Something about obnoxiously bright colors of yellow hurt my eyes and I hate them. The most annoying thing, but also the most relaxing thing. I don't think I've ever heard that riddle before, so I can't come up with an answer. She will eat you. Fenrir will not hesitate to eat you. She has tried to eat me before. Of course, it doesn't work too well because she's small and I'm big. That's actually a really good riddle. My hair is falling down in front of my face and irritating my eyes. That didn't help. There we go. That's a complicated question for me to answer. I'm okay with some of the labels they have for things. I feel like they overcomplicate it in some areas and that they're just generally overdramatic. And in some places, the things they're pushing for is not okay. Like, something I don't understand is that a lot of parts of the LGBTQ community now is trying to push this onto children when they disliked straight being pushed onto them as children. Why would children like gay being pushed onto them any better? That's just a small, short opinion on that. And I hope that doesn't offend anyone. I'm trying to see if there's other questions. Because as I said, it hides the chat for me. Welcome back. This costed a lot, but I can't quite remember how much. But it was also cheap because this is cheap materials. This fursuit is shortcake. The other fursuit is Oreo. I haven't watched any newer movies. I haven't even watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I am very sheltered currently in the new movies world. Yep, I haven't. I have been wanting to watch it though because it looks pretty cool from the spoilers I've seen. That would work. There's a lot of space in this mask. There's a lot of extra space. I'm too small. It's made for like the biggest head possible for a one-size-fit-all thing. And even with padding, it's still loose because the elastic is kind of terrible. Guess you won't be breathing for a while then, because even I don't really well, if I say it, innocent. Yeah, I don't really smile much. There you go, I said it. This fruit suit, I literally just went with the flow because the skull mask itself was sold as a cat skull mask. And I just went, it doesn't look like it had cats anyway, so I'll just do what I think looks cool. And I didn't like how small the ears were, so of course I went to the other end of the spectrum and made them gigantic. And I was like, that kind of looks like a cat, that kind of looks like a bat now. And it has an extra fluffy mane, so I figure like it's a Maine Coon cat bat or something. You don't want to be in there. There's some crazy stuff in my art book you don't want to see. Also some super cringy stuff you do not want to see. Alright, bye. Do you ever just think back on your childhood and wonder, how did people not realize something was wrong with me sooner? Like, that's what I do all the time. I drew some pretty messed up stuff as a kid just because I thought it'd be fun. Like, I drew a melting unicorn once, like a unicorn that was melting, just because I thought it'd be cool. I can't remember how old I was, but I was younger than 7. No, I might have been 7. Somewhere around that age. Like, just before you're old enough to really understand what's going on around you, but also still not too young where you don't know how to draw well. I might work on outlining while you guys are coming up with things to ask me or tell me or whatever you guys do. Cool that you have the ability to make animatronics. Hello. I might have to rest my ears on the table so that they aren't falling, making the head fall. Yeah, that might be okay. I gotta need to do a warm-up before I start outlining, or I am going to mess it up badly. Okay, outline these goofy things. That'd work. Hello to your plushes, I guess. Just so you guys can see how dramatically this mask falls when I let it, I'm going to push it up to its original position just from here and without moving my head. This is where it's supposed to stay all the time, and it does not. You can't see Oreo right now because Oreo is upstairs and I'm not running all the way upstairs to get it and leaving you guys unattended that long. No, I won't say it. I have heard the meme. I don't really have the will to say it. Who lies? Are you saying I lie? Why would I lie? Only thing I truly lie about on here is my personal identity info that you guys don't need to know. Hello. Fun fact about being a furry, or really being in any fandom, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to get hate anyways. It's better just to be happy and choose not to care about the hate than to not let yourself do something fun because you're worried about what others will think of you. That's if I can remember who Will Smith is. I am so introverted and out of depth in most things that I don't recognize celebrities by name. You will have to tell me something they were in if I even know that. Thanks. Sometimes I can spew random nonsense that makes sense. I've had a lot of time to think about these types of things. Happens when you don't talk too much. Cool that you have your Dynamask on. I heard about the guy slapping the guy at the Oscars, but never really looked into it because I just don't really care what the famous people are doing. Because it's just like, they're famous, they can do what they want. One day I'll be famous and I can do what I want. My mask is supposed to be a cat-bat mix. I did hear about that. I also didn't watch the live-action Aladdin, so... Hi, Pink and Toxic. It's been a while. I don't think you've joined a live stream before. So how you been doing? That's good. I gotta see if Fenrir will move when she sees my fursuit paw. I also have not seen the Sonic movie. As I said, I haven't watched new movies in a couple of years. Last one I saw was Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Hello. She doesn't care. I also haven't seen Mario. Only spoilers. And that one song. That's everywhere now. Fenrir just gotta do that thing where she pretends I don't exist. Or pretends to be asleep. So she probably isn't gonna move for the rest of this stream. I don't watch South Park, and to be honest, I prefer not interacting with fans one-on-one. Just sounds a little creepy to me. Because I am, despite my maturity level, a minor. My maturity level comes from past traumas. Minor is someone below the age of 18, but not really young enough to be considered like a child. So pretty much anyone younger than the age of 18, but typically used for people over the age of 13. Or at least that's the way I use it, because it's the way that makes most sense. Under 13, I consider you a child. Or a kid. Yes, it's a fish tank behind me, but it doesn't have a fish. It has an axolotl. You can see a little bit right here, this little black blob here that kind of sticks out from the rest of it. That is the end of her tail. I only have one. I used to have two, but the second one was given away to a family friend who could care for him better and had a quieter environment that he preferred. I could try and bring you guys closer to her and see if the camera will pick her up. Probably not. We're about to find out. She's right there if you guys can see her. You guys can probably only see the reflection. She's just kind of a dark blob. I played Splatoon once eons ago, and I don't remember what game it was. It was fun when I played it, but I haven't played it since. Kinda a black one. She's half melanistic, half wild type. which made her a blackish green. Except for that wild types aren't green, so I don't know where she got the green from. This mask's name is Shortcake. Do I prefer dogs, cats, or Walmart bags? I'ma pick reptiles. But cats are nice too. The axolotl's name is Fenrir. And if you guys want to know a reference for her size, like, she is just about this long compared to my forearm. Like, from here to here is her length, including her tail, which is a bit over a foot long. So she's actually pretty big. Shortcake like the food. And no, you don't get to see my face. You can see my chin if you really want to, but no face reveal from me. Not something I'm gonna do. I still have quite a bit of high school to complete, and I do want to be able to date people normally. Like, even after high school. She is big. She's also around 6 to 7 years old. I don't mind if people ask questions more than once. I'm used to that happening since oftentimes someone new will join the stream and they have the same question as someone asked earlier. So, go right on ahead if you have duplicate questions. I do think it's pretty creepy that people want to see my face online. Like, I have a cool mask you get to see. Why would you want to see my face? You don't need to see my face to know me. You don't even get to know me anyways, because even if I do show my face, I could tell you so many lies that you guys can't prove is wrong or not. Like, pretty much I have fun on this channel, but I also want to be able to live a normal life. Like, if I showed my face, I could start getting recognized, and I don't necessarily want to start getting recognized in public if I'm not in suit. Because if I'm in suit, I'm okay with that interaction. When I'm out of suit, I just want to be a normal person, because I'm very antisocial and introverted, and I just generally don't like interacting with people. Now, people will know if I committed identity theft. But I wouldn't want to anyways. It's kind of rude to steal someone's entire identity. And also, by not showing my identity, people can't commit identity theft against me. Although I do have a thing though where I have pictures of my fursuits that I haven't shown to you all. Just because if someone ever tries to claim to be me, they won't have those pictures. So they cannot truly claim to be me without me being able to disprove it very quickly. And bye to the person who said they were leaving. And if any of y'all are curious why I don't announce when I'm going to live stream or that why I don't plan it or anything, it's because I don't want to be swamped with people who are just waiting for it to happen. I like doing more random, spontaneous live streams because then it's a lot more in the moment and only people who are really actually available at the time can watch it, and then I'm not getting absolutely swamped with questions or just swamped with people. Because if y'all have ever been to any of Fizz Eve's live streams, they are chaotic, and I don't want mine to become that. My hair color is dirty blonde, and I wonder if I could actually pull out some through the mask so you guys can see. Maybe. My hair is also kind of short. I cut it. Some of my real hair. That didn't work. So you guys got to see an actual representation of what my hair color is, although you can see it in some videos because I'll wear a mask, sunglasses, and a hat, but that doesn't really hide my hair. Dirty blonde. It's mostly blonde, but also darker than, like, platinum blonde. My hair's kind of interesting because it also has darker streaks in it, mostly, like, in the under area. Like, if I was to get an undercut, most of that hair is a lot darker than blonde. Still not quite brunette, but darker than blonde. Yeah, you don't need a persona, you don't need a fursuit, you don't really need any of that stuff. You just need to be, like, just have an interest in anthropomorphic characters, pretty much. And also to not be a zoophile, because those guys are disgusting. I still need to write a script for that video, but basically just a video explaining of why we need to make it clear that they are not part of the fandom and they are not allowed. It's obvious to anyone who isn't a zoophile, but people who are zoophiles try to claim to be furries and use our community as a shelter for their disgusting behavior, and it's kind of horrible to see. Because they think that liking a feral animal is the same as liking a fursuit with fursona, which is not the same. Like, a part that I'm going to include in the video, you guys will get to hear now. It's just a little analogy that I managed to come up with. Liking a dog versus a dog fursona is like liking a monkey versus a human. One of those has the higher level intelligence to consent. It might still be weird, and I don't necessarily agree with it as an asexual, but one of those has the ability to consent where the other does not. They may look similar, but they are not the same. That's the best way I can explain it. Bye. Sparky, I think that's your username. Yeah, that's one of the reasons people hate furries so much. They believe we're all like that because of the select few who claim to be like that. Which is why I want them out of the fandom. I want to help be a part of reforming the fandom to be a friendlier place. I did not mean for the topics to get that heavy. Welcome, Aster. This mask, like this part of it, I bought and painted white because it wasn't purely white before. The eyes it came with, I just painted on the eyes. I added the ears and all the fur and that stuff and attached earrings for fun. There's actually a hole here you can't see. How I made it was a lot of hot glue, hand stitching because I hand stitched this entire thing, and that's pretty much it. It's kind of difficult to explain. It's a lot easier to look up a tutorial yourself and watch that. Do any of you all have any other questions for me pertaining previous topics or like just new questions? Because I'll happily answer any questions revolving around like the video I still need to write the script for and make, or just general questions. What you could do is start slowly introducing the idea that maybe furries aren't so bad in some way. I don't know entirely how to do that yet because I haven't needed to, but that could be a way to do it. Or you can just drop the news bomb on them like, hey, I'm a furry, put up with it, or don't be my friend. I would do worse things than slap a zoo. But I'm not going to go into detail about that because I like being out of prison. Yes, I'm still live. I like to make my live streams about an hour long. And now we're going overtime, so yeah. Pretty much just answering final questions though. I am a furry because I love the art form it is and the creativity and just being able to craft these things. That's really sweet about that. When I came out to my friends as a furry, it was pretty much just like, look at this costume I made. How cool is it? And one of them did not pick up the hint that I was a furry, and so that took a little bit of explaining later down the road. But the other one was like, are you a furry? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, that's cool. I don't really have anything against him. So I was like, that's nice. And then it wasn't until later that I had to explain to the other friend that, like, yeah, I'm a furry. That's why people were calling me a furry on Halloween. Yeah. Hello, I'm doing good as well. You have indeed. Which means you got to see Fenrir moving around. Thank you. I pretty much introduced my fursuits as cosplays. I just kind of went, hey, I like making up my own characters and cosplaying as them. What do you think of that? And it's like, that's kind of cool that you're able to do that. How old is your... No, you can't answer that. Would your brother be considered a minor or a child? Child is like below the age of 13. Minor is below the age of 18. Yeah, being a furry is entirely based upon if you identify as a furry and you aren't a zoophile or pedophile. Both of those are disgusting and not allowed. Hello, I only know how to do one of those things. Like, I only know how to change the text into one of those things. I can only make letters bolded. I don't know how people do the rest of them. I saw something asking, I think, about where I got the materials for the mask. I bought most of it on Amazon. The mask itself I got at Walmart. Bye to the people leaving. I believe that any people developing the tendencies of a zoophile or a pedophile, like at or below the age of 18, still have time to change through therapy or like intense therapy. Any older than that, depending on how long it's been, they probably don't have the ability to change out of that anymore. Not going to explain what zoophile means exactly. I recommend you don't Google it because the results would be disgusting. Basically, people who do nasty things to animals that they shouldn't do with animals. And if you don't know what that is, you're too young to know. I'm probably going to be ending the stream soon, though, because I am getting hungry. I did not eat lunch before starting this because I wasn't hungry. And I'm actually getting hungry. And it's been about an hour, which is about the time I like to run my live streams for. Bye, everyone. Bye.